is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Hey, what is happening?
Are you okay? You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Thursday.
Had to drop. I hate putting eye drops in my eyes, but my eyes have been burning like all week. My right eye. It's just my right one. And no, I don't smoke weed, so y'all stop. But I don't know. I hate putting eye. It like pains me to like. I could never wear contacts because there's no way I could stick my finger in my eye. Hey, how are you? How's it going?
I think we're all right.
Yeah, we're good.
Still not sure about you.
Yeah. Huh? I'm good,
we're
man.
okay.
I'm good. I'm good. I got eye drops running all in my mustache. All right, we're good.
Hey, before we get started today,
Yeah.
I have something I want to ask you guys.
Oh, boy. Wait, is this football related or non-football related?
Oh, it's football related.
Okay.
How long will it take for us to go through the offensive game plan versus their, our defense versus their offense? How long will that take?
Probably not long. Why? We got some time to fill.
Yeah, no, because once we get through with that, I would like to do something that we normally don't do.
What's that?
Have Kurt talk the majority of the show.
Don't be bringing me into this already. You want to argue already? Do you want to start arguing again?
Get him, Kurt. Get him, Kurt. Kurt, can we?
Yeah.
Can we?
I was the first one to talk when this show started. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
He's already beaten you.
Okay, all right.
Get him, Kurt.
Okay, Shannon, you can have it back. I
I'm
just
good.
thought I would ask a question, man. I just wanted you to talk more today. Is that?
Cool guys too. You're kind of mellowed.
Thanks, Jay.
I miss Jay. Jay needs to call in more.
Jay hasn't called it. That's
Jay's
you
mad.
met Jay?
No.
Jay's mad. He's boycotting everything. I
Why?
think. He's mad at the Cowboys.
Because Jay usually can call when things gonna go right. If Jay called it and it didn't go right.
He sent me a very long DM on Instagram the other day. I might read it tomorrow if he can't get through. I'll give him a chance to call
And one more
in.
question: where's not 6'3"? I know he done quit on us. The other guy, Eric. Is that who?
Monday.
Okay.
He told us Wednesday, but he's coming in Saturday. He's taking the tour Monday, and he's trying to time it where he walks by while we're on the air.
All right. Yeah, you better time it, man, because if we win, you all in. If we lose, I don't know if Jesse would take a deep breath and let you in.
Tell you what, if we lose,
I got nothing to say.
we're taking the whole week off, not just the bye weekend.
If
we're
we
taking the whole
lose,
week off.
I got nothing for you.
What's the thing on that? Because Thursday I can't. From Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna have to miss.
Thursday, we're doing shows Thursday, no show Friday, and then I don't think shows on Monday.
Okay, so I can stay for the third show. I'm excited.
Are you gonna tell us about your reunion on Friday? You have a reunion next week, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that next
Friday.
week. But
Okay,
I want to hear what you have to say about.
I want to know what you're wearing. I want to know
what you about this explosive offense.
Wait,
wanna know
before
who
we
you're
get into that,
stunting on.
you know what we want to, what we need to start doing. Jesse brought this up, and I want to get feedback from our listeners. Should we give things away on the show? Should we give away autographed Nate Newton and Jesse Holley photos?
That might not bring too much.
Should we give away guest spots on the show where you can register to win a chance to sit since DeRoe doesn't come back anymore?
What I would agree to is if we take a photo of all four of us,
Okay.
and then we all sign it.
Okay.
Like about 10 things, and then 10 photos of all of us. Because I don't want to be on that by myself.
You don't?
Nah.
Because then you have to charge money.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that.
They can't afford that.
Yeah.
Our listeners can't afford that.
They can afford
charge.
it.
I'm gonna charge too.
Hey, Shannon, how do I get on the show?
Who is that? Who
It's
is that?
Caden.
Oh, okay, Caden.
Oh,
what's up?
hey!
What's up? I'm like,
What's up, Kate?
Welcome to the show. How are you?
I want to get on.
What are you doing in the back? Why are we hearing your voice?
I always am here making sure everything's okay.
Oh, okay.
well, can we get a snapshot of you? Can we see you so the fans know?
There he is. That's
The
Casey
guy on
out
the
there on the
left.
left. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Kyle on the right.
Kyle is every
with
day
the
guy.
Backstreet Boys microphone, and then Caden's the one holding his private parts for some reason.
That's called the notebook.
Okay. He's really excited to be on the show.
Football horny, baby. This show, I'm telling you, this show makes me football horny.
You got it.
All right.
Oh, he got
Well, hey
Kate.
there,
He
Kate.
got Kate.
All right.
He got it. Way to go.
All right, so let's do this. Go follow our Twitter account. It's at HW Hanging with TB.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was the SWBC Mortgage.
That's the studio.
Oh, okay.
But this show's Hanging with the Boys. At
Okay.
HWTB.
At HWBC Mortgage?
No, stop, Nate.
Okay.
At
This WBC
HWTB.
Mortgage.
Not gonna get
Turn
any-
your mic off. I'm gonna
With them
lock
boys.
Lock your cough
Hanging
button.
with them boys.
All right, what are your social handles?
Hanging with them boys.
No, what's your personal one?
Hanging with them boys.
Okay, Nate's going to be difficult today. Jesse, what's your Twitter handle?
SWBC
no.
Mortgage.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
With the number 4 at Mr. Fourth.
Uh-huh.
The number 4 and long.
And you're not on Instagram.
Wait, hold
on
on.
Instagram.
Hold on. Could you go over that again?
At Mr. Fourth and long.
Okay.
And that's but hey,
Remember the mister.
we're his name is that because of the TV show. So get y'all's minds out of the gutter.
No. Well, in addition to.
Kurt, what's your Twitter and Instagram?
I don't do much Instagram. At DC Star Editor.
DC Star Editor. But you are on Instagram. You just don't do anything there.
Yeah.
Because you're old, and that's where the young.
But did you
Yeah.
you get the DC come from like DC Comics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I spent so
Or
much
Dallas
time with
Cowboys,
DC.
maybe.
Oh, okay.
Dallas
I thought it was
Cowboys.
WBC Mortgage.
And then mine is
At
Shannon.
WD
Shannon.
DC.
I'm gonna hit his call button. Jesse. At Shannon_PG, Twitter and Instagram. So
Right.
we're gonna get something together and we're gonna do some giveaways.
I like
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Cool.
It's Jesse's idea. So we're gonna make it
I
happen.
mean, he asked for enough stuff that he ought to have extras to give away. Wow.
But no, listen, Nate never turns down the stuff that
He does
we
not.
get.
He does not.
never turns it down. He never like, you know
And
what?
takes
Water,
extra after the
t-shirts.
show
Yeah,
over with.
yeah, you know what? You guys go ahead and take that. I don't need anything. But he'll say something when I ask for it. But when it comes,
But when it comes, he's getting.
Oh.
He's taking it. Yeah.
he's taking it. And if there's leftovers, that's going
That's
to.
going to. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
They didn't call him the kitchen for nothing.
Nothing,
huh?
bro. I'm going to
How'd
store
you
up.
get that nickname?
Dude, I can't even think of the guy's name. Jerry Fowler.
Oh, Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Yeah, you know.
Uh-huh.
Well, when
No, I'm thinking Jerry Clower.
when the fat guys came into the league, was reintroduced to the league, it was only the fridge. Mm-hmm. And like I told y'all once before, I don't know if I told Jesse, when I first got here, they didn't have nothing bigger than a double X pants. So with Jerry, when he saw me, he said, Lord Jesus, who is this guy? And I said, hey, this is a player working out. He said, we have nothing to fit him. We got to get 2 of our double X's and sew them together, cut them down the middle and sew them together. Man, this dude here bigger than the fridge. You ought to call him the kitchen. And it stuck. Just
That was
like
it.
There you go.
Did you have a
It's
nickname
stuff.
growing up, Jesse?
Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Oh! He said
Bringing
that
it
like
back?
he was, you notice how nonchalantly he said it, like,
If you
kind of cocked the head back.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Hollywood.
just if anybody that personally knows me, like from my childhood growing up, nobody calls me Jesse.
They just
Everyone
cut-
calls me Wood or Hollywood.
Lord.
Wood or Hollywood. I like that. You know, I didn't realize until you came on the show, you're a big guy for a receiver. Like most receivers are
Thin.
thinner. You're
Even when he
basically a
played,
safety
he was
or a
big.
linebacker
Right
size.
now, he's too fat.
Yeah, right now you're right.
Wow.
Kyle with
Who
the
taking
shot.
shots in the back?
Is that
man?
Caden?
Be careful,
Get Caden
Kyle.
off there, kid.
Yeah, I'm probably about 15-ish over my playing weight where I played at.
Yeah.
About 15 pounds from where.
But
I
you were a
played at.
bigger receiver
Yeah,
when you played, huh?
Yes.
Did you play defense or anything?
No.
No?
No.
It's always receiver, huh?
Always.
Always receiver?
Yep.
Kurt, did you have a nickname growing up?
Dirty Kurt.
Real. Let's go. Hey, let's go in on that.
That's for
Expand.
baseball. I played a lot of baseball. And there was a player with the Royals back then, Dirty Kurt Bavakwan.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's not about your off-field antics?
No. But I still have friends
For
that call me
kids.
that.
4 kids. Dirty Kurt.
4 kids.
Get down to
right.
Dirty Kurt.
Still have
Dirty
some guys that call me that.
The
so.
kitchen, Dirty Kurt, and
What
Hollywood.
about you?
Just gross man or
Now, did you get teased as a kid growing up?
oh my god.
Because Shannon.
Have a girl's first name.
Right. And then
My middle name's Payne, Payne, and then my last name's Gross, and I was always the littlest kid in my class. So I would always try to crack jokes so people wouldn't beat the hell out of me.
Actually, like anytime you have some sort of deficiency, like somewhat, like if you're poor or short, or
Kids
have a
go
funny
in.
name, you either have to learn how to fight
Yep.
or learn how to tell jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you will get.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Plummeted.
people will come at you all day long. So either learn how to fight
Yep.
or learn how to tell jokes. That's the only way to keep people off of you.
Or you just wind up being the kid that has no friends that just sits in the corner by himself. Like
you wind up later on in life with a bunch of machine guns.
Oh,
yeah.
let's talk about the Philadelphia.
Bad. I'm just
No, you're
thinking,
right.
man.
You're right. You're
Every
right.
time I turn around, I hear about one of these kids. Well, he always hung by himself. Nobody liked me. Oh, shoot.
Yep.
I
Bullying,
used to tell my
man.
son, get out there, man. Get out there and play.
Get some friends.
Get some friends, dog.
Guys like Shannon always sat at my lunch table. Come on, man. Come sit down with us.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
Remember, he don't like Edelman. Or your other partner.
Ain't my part. Speaking of, playing them this week. He's probably gonna have 2 interceptions.
If he,
No,
don't say that.
All right. Eagles offense. Carson Wentz. You have the floor, Nate.
Bring up that stat. That's an amazing stat you had. About
What was that?
Ranked teams that Cowboys are in.
Hey.
Yeah, this is actually.
Our defense.
I want to hear
I'm
what
talking about
hear what Jesse has to say. About
Our
this.
defense. Not this game they're getting ready to play.
Let him guess.
It's more to what Kurt said. What, from 1 to 32, what is the highest ranking offense we've played? From 1 to 32.
I would say
What
highest
number?
ranking,
Yeah,
26.
you close. The highest ranking offense we've played and our defense couldn't stop was the Saints at 21.
I thought the Packers and Saints would have a higher offense rating than that.
Wow.
Brother, and see, Rick Gosling told me this, and
So
I
we
thought
played-
straight of Kurt when Kurt said the offense is okay, but the defense has been, and I've been like, I'm beating up the offense, but
So we played 6 out of the 6 games we played. There's only 10 teams that are worse. 10 teams, the bottom of the barrel. We played 6 of those 10 teams.
Yeah.
We lost to 3 of them.
Wow.
All right, Carson Wentz.
Now, what does Philly rank?
18. I think they're 18.
Yeah, they're
18 offensively? Is it?
20th.
Wait,
With
watch
yards.
Watch
by
this.
yards.
Watch this. Where do the Cowboys rank?
Cowboys are
2 or 3.
So I don't know how much faith I put in that stat.
Well, no, but the thing is, it still come down to winning. And this is Carson Wentz has, I think, 11 or 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, whereas Dak has 11 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. Carson Wentz hasn't beat himself or contributed to the losses the way my man has. And you're going to have to, in this game, at some point, I think, rely on the throwing of Dak, and he's going to have to be sharp. Now, I'm not saying that they secondary is good because it's not. It's not. But do we have the belief in Dak, which I do, that I'll let him throw it 40, 50 times if need be. I would, because I want to know one thing when this season is over with, and that's can Dak win us a game or two. I want to know. And right now we 3-3, and I ain't giving up on the season, and we need to beat this team here, but I want to know.
So you're comfortable with Dak throwing the ball
40 times.
40
yes, sir.
times behind
Yes, sir.
that offensive line.
Yes, sir. Because just I believe that you can scheme it up. I just believe that.
Depends on the throws, right? You want the quick throws. not the-
Quick throws, throwing it out. See, because the caveat to this, Jess, and I'm going to be quiet and let you give us the scouting report. The caveat to this is Zeke going to have to see 10 passes, him or Tony Pollard. They're going to have to see 10 passes.
But you said they can scheme it up, but history has shown that they never scheme it up. They don't do that.
Well, they're gonna be forced. You know what?
They're gonna be forced to do what?
You
They ain't been forced to do it yet.
You can be like the mule and stand in the middle of the field and die because you're stubborn. Or you can be a thoroughbred and start humping it down the road.
You and your farm animal analogy.
Come on, man. Go ahead on, Jesse. How you want to start, man? Come on, Jesse. Give us a scout
I love
report.
when the country come out of Nate.
Yeah.
When the country come out of Nate, boy.
His farm animal analogies are the best.
You could be the pig who stand outside of the slaughterhouse, or you could be the butcher with the knife.
As soon as he says an animal, I just stop. I'm like, where's this
Come
going?
on, man. Just give us our scout report, please.
Oh man. Okay. Now. Oh, Nate, you're hilarious. Okay. So here's the thing.
30 seconds.
Wow. Go ahead, Kurt. I forfeit my time. The Eagles and the Cowboys, when you look at these two teams, their struggles are almost mirrored. Like, seriously, their struggles are almost, not exactly, not down to the T, but a lot of both good quarterbacks. I agree, like most people agree, that Carson Wentz, when you just look at the raw ability at the quarterback position, is better than Dak. They're both been down offensive linemen. Their starting left tackle has been in and out of, Peter's been in and out of games for the last 16 games. Like, he doesn't finish games. The last 14 out of 16 games, he's been in and out for some sort of reason. Alshon Jeffries has been out. Deshaun Jackson has been out. Amari Cooper has had issues. Michael Gallup has been out. So they've all suffered from different type of losses between the teams. And you can see, both have 11 touchdowns and, a little bit more interceptions than the other. Kurt, we had a stat the other day where both of these teams have pass catchers who have dropped in six games, 16, 17 passes apiece. Wentz and Dak are number one in the league tied for the most drops from their pass catchers. So Philadelphia is a lot like we are. And for them, they're going to be an attacking offense. That's who they are. That's who Doug Peterson is. The difference between the two is they're going to scheme up a way to win. Okay? They're going to try to find ways to get those receivers open. They got two really good tight ends. And we're not the strongest in the middle of the field. Whether it be linebackers covering, safeties covering. When you talk about Goddard, you talk about Ertz, they got two really good tight ends who can kill you. And I think the last time Ertz played here, I think he had like 10 catches for like 100-something yards. Like he eats against the Cowboys. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to scheme it up to where, especially with Peters out, how can we attack their weaknesses? We don't know what Byron Jones is going to be. He's hampered. We don't know what Cheeto has the hamstring. So there's going to be a different look when it comes to the secondary for the Cowboys.
Kurt, rattle off the injury report from yesterday. We hadn't got the one from today yet, but it's very long. It's lengthy.
Dorrance Armstrong was limited with his neck. Out were Anthony Brown, Randall Cobb, Lyle Collins, Mari Cooper, Travis Frederick, Byron Jones, Tyron Smith. Now, Tyron Smith and Collins did some stuff today, apparently.
They went through the pre-practice stuff.
Yeah, Frederick was back, so maybe those guys. But the big ones you still wonder if they're going to be able to play yet or not. But Philly's got a bunch of guys out, too. Nigel Bradham, Fletcher Cox was out with an illness, Ronald Darby, Sean Jackson, Tim Jernigan, Jason Peters is going to be out, Darren Sproles. They got Vontae Maddox. They got
Tell you what, Deshaun, if he got any ounce of strength in him, he coming.
Oh, and he's going to kill us.
Man, he hate the Cowboys.
He's a Cowboy killer. He's like Santana Moss used to be, like Randy Moss. Kyle just let me know last time they were in town, Zach Ertz, 14 catches, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
For
a tight end, that's not bad.
It's a day's work. Now, here's the thing for the Cowboys, right? Defensively, there were some stats that came out and talked about, what defensive players gets the quickest pass rush. And it came down to who can beat their man the fastest.
Yeah.
And it's like 2.5 seconds is like where they want it at, because that's where quarterbacks want to get the ball off, in between that, no later than 2.5 seconds. Well, number 2 on that list is Robert Quinn. Mm-hmm. He's beating his man at 2.5 seconds or less, getting pressure on the quarterback.
And that's just the Cowboys, or is that league-wide?
That's the league.
The league. So he's number 2 in the league.
DeMarcus Lawrence is number 9. So you got 2 guys on this list who are
Top
beating
10.
their man off the ball. Now, what does that tell you? If these 2 guys are beating their man off the ball in 2.5 seconds or less, and we aren't coming up with the sacks, DeMarcus Lawrence isn't, Robert Quinn is getting some, but the pressure that they're getting, that tells me that something's not going right on the back end. Mm-hmm. Guys are running free. Guys are running open. Guys are getting open so that quarterback can easily figure out, and it goes back to what Sam Darnold said. When Carson Wentz walks to the line of scrimmage, what does he see? Is it a simple read, or is there some sort of confusion that makes him have to hold the ball a second longer, a half a second longer? Because if it's 2.5, if it's 2.7, if it's 2.8, maybe those are sacks. Mm-hmm. Maybe those are strips. What is it? What is the look? If the look comes out and they go, oh, they're in cover 2. Oh, they're in cover 3. I know exactly where I'm going with the football. This route that we're running is a cover 2 beater. Here's my first read. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, ball goes out. 1, 2, 3, ball goes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ball goes out. So there has to be some sort of defensive scheme where we're giving Carson Wentz, we're fooling him. We're fooling his eyes, where he thinks he sees one thing, and when he snaps it, it's something different. That gets the extra pat of the ball.
And if you want to talk about, I know watching it on TV is a totally different animal than being there. Think about that. 2.5 seconds. Hut, 1, 2, bam. That's how fast these guys are getting here. That's how fast these quarterbacks have to make their reads and decide this is where the ball's going and get it out. I mean, think about it. Count that out loud if you're listening. 1, 2, and that, I mean, on TV it slows down a lot. That's it. That's crazy that's how fast you have to make decisions, get the ball out, and have it on the way.
And that's why, from a defensive standpoint, the Cowboys, we have to make it more difficult for quarterbacks. They should not be able to walk to the line of scrimmage, see exactly what you're in. That picture is painted for them. They know right where to go with the ball. There has to be some sort of cloudiness that comes to their mind. They're saying, is that 3? Is that what is that?
Do you think that we talked earlier in the week, or maybe last week, about the team should blitz more just to change things up? But if we're already getting there that quick, should we focus on the back end and try to do more there, or is it?
Well, see, I think that's the chess match of it. When do you bring blitz, right? When do you bring pressures? Where does it come from? These are all the things that I want a quarterback to think about. Is Jalen Smith coming this time? Well, no. Is that coming off the slot? I don't know. But now, again, those are tenths of seconds that he has to think about when he's dropping back, when he's looking down the field. That creates that added time for your rush guys to get up the field. But when guys have free release, when guys have free roam to do what they want, when quarterbacks can sit up there and just pinpoint where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped, man, you put yourself in a serious situation, and you do a disservice to your football team and to the guys who are out there.
This is where a lot of people hear what Jesse's saying. Now let me make it simple for you.
Please do, because
yes, the 2 outside guys are getting off, but the way a true quarterback lives is thank you for rushing upfield and beating your man, because now I'm finna step up into the middle of the pocket and move around slightly to my left or right, and that gives me my extra tick to get rid of the ball. That's why I say you're going to have to blitz, because Malik Collins, or whoever the 4th guy is, not keeping that constant pressure, so he backs up where our guys can eat. Our guys can't eat on the end because all they do is step up. If you look at the games, they just step up, boom, step up, boom. Even the kid Sam Darnold, who should not be walking today, boom.
Was he the AFC Offensive Player of the Week?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Don't.
Let's take a quick break.
You know what the AFC Player of the Week before that?
Who?
I mean, NFC Player of the Week.
Let me guess.
Take a guess.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
And he got fined $10,000 for doing a bye-bye wave on
Byron Jones.
Byron Jones. It's just a Jones connection.
So if you want to be your conference player of the week, come on down and play the Cowboys.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to let Nate shake his head some more and talk some more football and hang with the boys.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not too...
Right above the subway.
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store and learn how to buy one smartphone and get a second one on us. Based on GWS One score, September 2018.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code Dallas at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Work the Cowboys way and channel the winning business tradition of the Dallas Cowboys and the Jones family at Formation. This dynamic workspace provides an elevated work experience on the Star's aspirational campus with exclusive membership options available to meet varying needs. Choose from open workspaces, dedicated desks, and private offices to leverage our home field advantage for your individual business success. Limited memberships are available now, so apply today at formationatthestar.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball, man. Come join us for the official Cowboys watch party presented by AT&T. Sunday, November the 24th. Come watch Jesse's boy, Julian Edelman, play your Dallas Cowboys. Enjoy a festive game day atmosphere out here on the plaza. Come check out the turf field. You can lay on it. You can roll around on it. You can bring your pets. It's got the Star in Frisco. Come
Can you
watch
bring your
it.
pets up?
I'm
Is
sure
it pet friendly?
it's outside. Yeah, I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
as long as you pick up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They ain't
Try
gonna say
it.
nothing long as
Try
you
it.
pick
If not, let me know because I'm assuming you can. Admission and parking are free. Visit the Star in Frisco.
Tell them Shannon Gross said that you guys can bring your pets.
.com for details. I'm actually going to find that out before the end of the show.
Yeah.
Is it pet friendly? I'm going to find that out. Dallas is a very pet friendly city, but this is Frisco, so I don't really know. I don't know. We'll find that out, though. We'll find that out. All right. Where'd we leave off?
Can I ask a question? No,
Yeah. No, Kurt, you
this
cannot.
From, Norris James. He's one of our longtime listeners, and he's asking, with the guys we have on defense, with the personnel, the back end, and all that, what would happen if we became a blitzing team? Do we have? Would we be successful? Do we have the players to play that?
Blitzing is a whole different mindset. You have to be willing to take whatever comes when you blitz. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about your attitude. If you blitz in a corner, you don't care if it's a lineman there. Your goal is to disrupt that quarterback. So you may have to jump. Now, you can't run through, but you may have to jump up and sell out and get flipped on your neck. You have to be willing to sell out. You because you're leaving your guys on the back end hanging. So you got to be able to sell out at all costs. What also it does, and Jesse can expound on it, is it makes you throw to a certain spot. Mm-hmm. They saying this is the receiver that can most likely hurt us, and we gonna take this receiver away and make them throw over here, but we blitz it.
No, you're absolutely right. And the thing about blitzing is it's a gamble.
Yes, it is.
It's a gamble. You're banking on your guy getting home before the quarterback finds out where the weak part in your blitzing is coming from. Because there's a weak part. You're sending one more guy than they have to block. So in essence, I'm giving up something on our end in hopes that we beat them on their end. It's a huge gamble.
Yes.
And the thing about, we'll take Greg Williams for example. It's when you do it often. Mama Gross goes to the casino, she gambles. You're going to lose sometimes. Mm-hmm. But the more you do it, you hope that this thing evens out, right? I win more than I lose. So the blitzing part of it is it's a gamble. Will I lose sometimes? Yes. But I'm hoping that when it's time for me to win, I win big.
Yes.
Kurt, see if you can pull up blitz percentages across the NFL. See how often the Cowboys blitz versus.
Wouldn't that Football Focus have something like that?
Yeah, Kurt's got all the.
And here's another thing when you talk about for the Cowboys, especially where they're at right now. And Kurt read out the laundry list of injured players and the whole next man up mantra. Like, trust me, I get it. I was the next man up, right? You were the man.
Yeah.
I was the next man up, right? You came into a game, Big Nate, you start, let's go.
Yeah.
It was Jesse, you be ready. If something happened, you just be ready to go. But there was a reason Nate was the man and I was the next man up. I wasn't good enough to be the man. Nate was good enough to be the man. 6-time Pro Bowler tells you that.
Yeah.
Okay? What the Cowboys are dealing with right now is they're not having enough of the mans be the men.
That's right.
They're not having the dudes, the guys who are supposed to be the men, the guys who have the patches from going to Hawaii or Miami or whatever the hell the Pro Bowl is at nowadays.
Right.
Or the guys who have the price tags or the guys who have the jerseys in the stores. Those guys aren't doing enough in the moments when they need to do enough. And you're saying, well, next man up. Well, the next man up mentality is only it's hold the fort, right? Like he's not going to do. The next man up is not going to be better than Zeke. If he was better than Zeke, he'd be playing over Zeke. The next man up, I'm not looking him to do what Tyron did. I'm looking for him just to not kill us.
Well, when your studs are playing like they should, you can cover a lot of that ugly up, right?
And your studs aren't.
And when they're not, then it's all ugly.
It's like going in Kmart and then turn the red light on. And everybody come to you. That's what Greg Williams do.
Yeah.
It's like everybody blitzing right at you.
Because that's what it is.
You see what I'm saying?
Like you're in essence, you're asking an average person to be great.
Yes.
When your great person is playing average, you're not going to have success in that, not consistent success. And so the Cowboys, in order to combat what they're dealing with offensively and defensively, that's why I've said with the Dak, he has to overcome things. He has to play above the fray. He has to play DeMarcus Lawrence. You got to go and get it. Byron Jones, Jalen Smith, hello.
You got to make plays. You got to make.
These are the times. These are the times
plays,
where those guys have to go and be elite. We can't have you just being average. We got enough average guys we got to play because of injury. So the elite guys that we have on the field, you have to be that a large majority of the time. I can't have my elite players playing average with my other average players playing average. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what's so amazing is we got the worst field position in the league, brothers.
Starting field position?
Yeah, on the 23rd. We spot on the 23 every time.
Haven't had one in the start of the drive yet in the enemy territory. And
that's because of lack of turnovers. Lack of turnovers are a special teams gigantic play. And a lot of these guys, we say, hey, man, what? And last year when we were talking about Tavon, like, yeah, I'll take Tavon. Yeah, right, okay. And everybody, hey, well, he's a great special. Well, I need to have one of those, bro. We ain't had one of those. He got in his own way on the 15-yard first down. Flag. He looking around like, they're like, no, dog, it's on you. I ain't trying to be funny enough. It's like, you got it your own way, bro.
And that's a good point. Like, when's the last time they had a big special teams play on either side of the ball?
It's been 2 blocks this year of, I think, field goals or punts. I think it's field goals. Guess who them 2 blocks is?
Patriots.
And I tell my wife, quit hating. Quit hating. I say, did he cheat and just block this field goal? My wife think everybody that's good
Cheats.
Because they ain't the Cowboys. They would let, well, baby, they ain't going to stop this man if he want to block a field goal now. It's what you believe in, man. It's to know who you are. They are the only team I know, and maybe the Cowboys do it, but I don't see it. They'll go out and get a special teams guy. The Patriots will go out and get them some special teams guys.
The last real threat at special teams that you had was what, Dwayne Harris maybe? They tried to make Switzer that guy. I mean, who's the last real special teams guy threat that they had?
Dwayne.
Yeah.
And that was what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
6 years ago?
At least 5, seems like.
I just
what bothers what do the Cowboys have to do on defense to be successful in this game, Nate?
Turnovers.
That's your big key?
I've seen the worst teams in America, the worst defenses in America, but they be like in tops and turnovers, and that's all everybody talking about. Because they getting that ball. Remember the Rams a year ago or so? They wasn't no good during the regular season. They wasn't no great defense, but they'll get you some turnovers, bro.
It changes the field position. It gives your offense an extra possession. If I can give my offense 2 extra possessions, they should be able to at least get 7 points out of that.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's all about limiting the opponent's opportunities and finding ways for us to have more of them. So a turnover in a game, man, is so big. That's why they should always preach is the ball. Take care of the ball. Because every time you give it away, that's one possession that you don't get anymore. And at the end of the day, that one possession can be – look at the Cowboys games. You think they don't want another extra possession in the first half to try to score points? Or at the end of a game, they would want one more – you think they didn't want one more possession last week? They couldn't use one more possession?
They can use one every week.
That's what I'm saying. So turnovers give you that. Mm-hmm. It also gives you a spark.
As long as we get it in the second half, because we ain't doing nothing with it in the first half when we get it.
But it gives you a spark. Guys get excited. I mean, the Cowboys have to find a way. And if they come out slow this game, that is
just turn the TV off.
Yeah. If they come out without energy and lackluster, that is disappointing. But understand what you're about to face. You're not facing a team who feels like the Dolphins, who are like, man, listen, we're gonna come out here, but we ain't really playing for nothing. This team, Philly, I love what Doug Peterson said the other day. When I didn't guarantee it, but and he even said a bunch of guys text him and said, we riding with you. Mm-hmm. We riding. You stepped out there and you said it. We riding with you, coach. They need a win too.
Right.
You're not facing a team who's saying, oh, we're 5-0 or 6-0, and if we lose, we lose. No, they need a win against a division opponent. Bad. Just as bad as this will come down to that look yourself in the mirror pride game. Because they need it just as bad as you. Like both of you are in the same boat, 3-3. You need a win. Your teams aren't playing the best. You got skills. You had talent. It just ain't coming together right now. It's going to come down to, I want it more than you. When this game is all said and done, we're going to be able to come back here next week and say, we wanted it more than Philly, or Philly wanted it more than us.
I ain't coming in Monday. Y'all be doing a show by yourself.
I'll come in if
we don't come in and say Cowboys wanted it more.
I heard a bunch of people before we heard the cut from Coach. I heard a bunch of our people say the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And then for him to come and say, yeah, the sky is falling. But all we got to do is beat the Cowboys, and we not because he ain't lost focus of what really is important, and we haven't in here either. What's important is winning the NFC East. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing. Win your division. You know, you expect more, but win your division, that guarantees you a playoff spot. So here we go, man.
Yeah. For everybody that thinks the sky is falling, right now it is. But like we went through the list yesterday, 20-something other teams. At some point in these 6 games, their sky it's either fallen now or it's been falling. Somebody's going to get it together. There's going to be 2 or 3 teams that get it together and go on a run. You just got to get it together. Mm-hmm. And, like, this is the week for the Cowboys. Like, they got to get it together. Like, let's talk about that the next break. Like, let's define a must-win game Because that's always confused me. I think there's several different layers to that. And then, is this a must-win game for the Cowboys?
But tomorrow we'll tell you whether if they lose this game or not. What it means.
That's tomorrow. That's a different show.
Tomorrow.
We'll be right back. Hanging with the boys.
In here.
For your next AT&T Stadium barbecue, gear up with OtterBox, the official outfitter of tailgating. It starts with the Venture Cooler. Built tough in America, Venture keeps ice for days and days. Or stay light on your feet with Trooper Soft Coolers, perfect for packing in your signature side dishes.
Tailgating wouldn't be complete without a beverage, so pour one into the OtterBox Elevation Tumbler. It keeps your drinks frosty and toasty. Discover more about OtterBox line of tailgate essentials at OtterBox.com.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code DALLAS at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
The excitement of Dallas Cowboys football is back at AT&T Stadium.
The place is going crazy in Arlington, Texas.
Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys live when they host their NFC East rivals, the Eagles, Giants, and Redskins, plus the Green Bay Packers and more.
Elliott works his way through and walks the dog.
Single game tickets are on sale now. Get them before they're gone.
First and goal, quarterback sneak. Prescott pushes up the middle. Touchdown.
Visit DallasCowboys.com to get your tickets today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Kurt wants to talk
I like that music.
About junk.
Nestle the boys. Nestle the junk. What?
Junk.
Nestle the boys and Tommy John, the softest, most supportive underwear out there. They're feature-packed and feel amazing. And if you disagree, they're backed by the best pair you ever wear, or they're free, guaranteed. Shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order.
I'm going to mark out
junk.
I'm going to mark out boys here and put junk.
Junk.
Yeah. Nestle the junk. It's probably it's a laminated paper. It's probably going to smear. You like that music? You know who that music is.
Who is that?
The guy that abandoned the show.
Oh, you talking about
he
that
was
guy?
all in when we were 3-0.
With the 3-6 brand?
Yeah.
I mean, the 6-3 brand.
He was all in when we were 3-0.
Oh, yeah,
now
man. Telling us, dictating how it's going to go.
We dropped 3, and he's nowhere to be found.
And I put in my phone, I say, oh, hey, after party. That didn't even show up.
Can't even search him on your phone. He's so gone.
Wow.
Right.
It went dark on us.
Oski.
Kurt, you pulled something up that's interesting. We were talking about takeaways.
Yeah, the turnover differential. Cowboys are -3 right now, which is tied for 23rd in the league. Philly is +1, which is tied for 12th.
Who's at the top of that list?
The Patriots at +9.
Who's undefeated?
Although Steelers are +7 in second place, and they stink. So.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for blowing that.
He killed you. You had a good point.
You know what?
Nate ruined my thing yesterday. Kurt ruined my thing today.
But I'm gonna do like everybody else. Oh, they ain't got their quarterback. They missing a receiver. Their running back banged up.
Right.
They defense and all they Shazier ain't been there in 3 years because of it. Let me tell you something, my friend. That's positive. What the Steelers doing. They can build off of that.
The teams under the Cowboys are worse. Rams -3, then the Chargers, Falcons, Bengals, Jaguars, Browns, Giants, and Dolphins.
You know,
not very good company.
You can literally walk in there and say, hey, man, we don't turn the ball over. We don't have to work on that. We take the ball away. Let's continue to – you can build off of that. But when you just stagnant and not doing nothing – when you stand still and not do nothing, Jimmy Johnson say that's the first step to going down. You either going up, you either going down, or you going up. And you ain't when you say I'm leveling off. He said, it's time for me to get rid of you because you ain't trying to get better.
We talked about all the tangible things with the turnovers. If you're in a stadium, you can kind of feel it on TV, but if you're in a stadium, a turnover changes
everything.
The atmosphere. It changes the feel. It changes the aura in the stadium. You can't really define momentum or whatever, but as former players, when your guys get a takeaway, how does that affect you? Is it a mental thing? Because it seems like when that happens, good things always follow. What can you explain that?
Let me say this. And depending on where you at the game in the game, and where you get that takeaway, man, that thing can be something special.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can be in that situation where you just gave the ball up, knowing you needed to keep it, knowing you needed to save your defense. And all of a sudden, you walk in the back with your head kind of down, and they go out there and pop one loose. That brings a different type of excitement. You down by 6 points, you know, and you ain't drove that ball downfield all day, and they pop you one on that team's 45. All of a sudden, you got to – each turnover brings this whole separate feeling. But, hey, Jess.
Look at the game last week. I'm not saying that one play won the game. One play was a deciding factor for the Jets. Turnover on downs. That's a turnover.
That's a turnover.
What they do. The very next play.
Yeah.
Went to the house.
92 yards.
And that was essentially the backbreaker. That was the one that's opened, like this. Cowboys are like, ah. And again, you have to fight that uphill battle to get back. We have to be on the other side of that. We have to make teams have to fight that uphill battle so that when we get into the fourth, we have to be able to get into the fourth quarter and just ice them and just milk the clock on them. But we're spending too much time and energy and effort getting back into the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Those turnovers give you, like Nate said, it rejuvenates you. It gives you, you're almost playing with house money now, right? You know, like, oh, we got X possession, let's attack. Most teams, if you watch a game, when a turnover is created, in the next 2 plays, they're taking a shot because they're saying this is house money. And if we fail, if we punt it, we back them up. Now you start playing the field position game because if we get it and we don't make nothing of it, we punt it. Now they have to go 90 yards or 80 yards. That again, if we're saying our defense is going to stand up, when they punt it back to us, they get it to us at our 45-50, which now gives us only a little bit more that we have to go to get in field goal range for points. These are all the in-game things that are happening throughout the course of a game.
Was it the Green Bay game? Is that the one that popped out of Amari's hand?
Yes.
The one that would have been a great catch.
Yeah.
Or just a regular catch he should have caught. Anyway, that game, I really felt in that stadium, I really felt that. I felt like we're going to kill these guys. They're coming out, throwing the ball down the field. They're taking shots. They look good. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, no. And then it was just like all the energy left the team. I mean, can you is there a defining thing of what caused? Is it get in your head whenever a turnover happens, or is it just as simple as they got an extra possession?
Let me tell you something. And I can't speak for Jed, but I'm going to speak for Nate and his group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
When that happened to us, our game plan don't change. Our focus gets tighter. But when that happened, our defense, we believed, because we were young enough like these guys that we hadn't seen a lot of bad things. Now, the veterans had, but the young guys we had, like Pup and all of them, they hadn't seen enough bad stuff to know that we supposed to lay down because it's Brett Favre. So we'd have been back at it. Our defense would have been like, hey, they ain't getting no score. They may come down here, but they ain't scoring. And so that's how we would have looked at it. These guys, I don't know what, I'm not in their locker room and what they felt, but you saw the results. That's all I can say.
I think it depends on who you're playing. I think a lot of it had to do with, Aaron Rodgers. Like, they felt that.
Yeah.
Here
we go.
Here we go again. And then not only did they feel it, he showed it.
He delivered.
He the doubt that you had, he confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. Because they were like, shoot. all right, let's hope he doesn't score. And he goes, nope.
He's like, no, this is still my stadium. I still own this place.
So the doubt that they thought in their head, because coming into that game, most of the guys in this team have been a part of the Aaron Rodgers domination of this team, especially in that stadium. So when you give him the ball back like that, you're thinking, here he goes. And then he doesn't let you down and he goes out there and does it. That's deflating. That takes the air was out of that stadium. It was just like that. And then he did it again. And to a point where you just was like, you look up and it was 17-0, 18-0, or 21-3 or something like that.
21-3.
21-3 was Jets. They were
24-3, right?
See,
when
it get like that, you can't even remember. It just get bad. The beating is just beating it.
And so now you're so defeated because you're like, man, we can't beat this dude when the game's tight. Now we gifted him a 20-point lead.
What do you guys define? How do you define a must-win game? Do you define it as they really need this game, or is a must-win game to you like if they don't win this game, they're done? Because I think a lot of times people say this is a must-win. It's really not a must-win. It's you need to win, but it's not a must-win. How do you define must-win?
I don't have a definition for that, but I look at it like this.
Win?
No.
Win.
Let's say Al Davis said, just win, baby, win.
Yes.
No, it's like NBA has more games than the NFL. So I don't care how bad you need a game. If you, at one point, it didn't matter because you was playing the Warriors. It's serious. It's a must-win. The Trailblazers got to show the Warriors who they are.
Remember we talked about it at lunch?
Yeah, my phone. Hey.
Just out of the blue. But out of the blue.
The reason I'm saying that is because must-win is only for teams that are mediocre. And I hate to say that. I mean, look at the two teams that's playing. If it was a 5-0, 6-0 Cowboys and a 6-0 Eagles, we'd be like, man, it's going to be a hell of a game. Now, since both of them mediocre and sorry, or one of them may be great and the other sorry, it's a must-win game.
I just think winning in this league is so hard.
Yes, it is.
Like, it's hard to win football games in this league. It takes so much from every individual, coaching staff, training staff, everybody. And that's why last week meant, like, it was such a gut punch because you can't give that away. This league
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Okay. You guts all right?
Yeah, I was just hoping I could get Sam Donald. But anyway, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know if I have a clear definition of a must-win. I think this game is a must-win. You lost 3 in a row. It's a division opponent. And the last thing that you want is to be on a 4-game losing streak.
Going to the bye week. And having to sit on it for 2 weeks.
And then your schedule's brutal when
schedule's brutal when it comes back. Like, that's why I think this one is a must-win. This one is much more of a must-win for the Cowboys than it is
because of the schedule strength.
Because of the schedule strength, and you go into the bye week. It's 2 weeks. See, baseball players, basketball players. I lose a day, I literally play 24 hours from now.
Yeah.
I get that taste out my mouth, off my back. I can go back out there. Baseball, same way. 162 games. I can get right back.
Even an all-star game is over so quick you don't have time to think.
Well, that's what makes football so great is the combination of every game counts because there's so few, and it's so hard to win those games. That's why we love football so much.
Yeah. But this is a must-win this Sunday.
Kurt, must win?
Well, I don't – yeah, they need to win.
No, stop. Is it a must-win?
Well,
game?
I don't know. My definition of must-win is, you're in the playoffs and you're one and done.
If you lose, you're done.
Yeah, Kurt, that's great. That's great because
but I think they need to win. I think the season's in real trouble if they don't.
I'm serious, man. To me, the must-win for me was Green Bay. See, because as much as I wanted to get them Saints, Green Bay was it, man. Green Bay was the game that you're going to show everybody because you getting so many monkeys off your back. We taking back our stadium. we destroying Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
From a mental standpoint,
yeah,
right?
I mean, it's so many things that our guys could have took off of them. You know, I just don't. If I would have believed this, if I'd have just had any inkling that we would have lost Green Bay behind the Saints and this here the Jets, if I'd have just had any inkling, I wouldn't say nothing about the season. I'd have been like, hey, same old thing. I'm serious because look at our team and how it's constructed. It's everything you want it to be. We should not 24 points. We should be close to that in the first half. We should be close to 20. The way we're constructed, we got 2 great receivers, I think. We got 2 nice receivers, I think. I mean, tight ends. We got a great running back and a young and up-and-coming guy that can do some special things. Our offensive line was semi-stable, which I don't ever believe that you need a great offensive line. You just need a better-than-average offensive line. The coordinator's supposed to be a genius. How in the world that we're sitting at 3-3? It's a mystery to me.
Especially the way you started out, and it looked like this was a different team offensively.
No.
They were finally going to do it.
Brother, I didn't even look at, and I sat here and played games, but like Jesse checked me there when it was Miami, you just checked me like, niggas, come on now. So I like, you know what, right. But you telling me that our offensive line just gave up the ghost against the Saints? Then our defense turn around and give it up against Green Bay? And then the Jets? Nah, man. If I'd have just had an inkling that they was going to be playing like this, it's the way you playing that's bothering me. The lackluster way of where you playing in the first half, that don't bother you?
No, it
that
is.
bothers me.
And it seems like everywhere you need, it's like, all right, I need you to make a play right here. You do the opposite. And that's offensively and defensively and special teams. It's like, man, we really, okay, you got the 60-yarder. Boy, you got the we really need this 40-yarder. You let us down. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we really need this pass. You dropped it. Oh, defense, bend, don't break, make a stand. You gave up a touchdown. It's like everywhere you need them to step up at in that moment, the guys aren't. It's. They need this win.
Beatable teams, dog. That's the only thing that get me. Beatable teams. And the only game that I keep going with it. I think the Saints, and I said it before, and I think the Saints go as Sean Payton go. I've always believed that because he went and got Drew Brees because people was willing to believe that Marty Schottenheimer was the guru coach in quarterbacks by picking the other kid over him when he broke his shoulder. Mm-hmm. And what's called said, I'll take you. And I ain't saying he revived Brees' career, but he showed expanded on it. And that's the same way he doing with this kid, the kid he got now. Now, this kid that Bridgewater ain't no Brees, but he going to get everything out of Brees that Brees can give. And so that's the only game that I say, okay, we'll see. But, man, ain't no way at Green Bay. Come on, no.
Kurt,
Jets,
got any closing comments, thoughts, opinions,
no, I think
words?
They got to win.
Got to win. All right, we got to go. Thanks for being here, Kurt.
Hey, y'all, I'm going down. Y'all wish me luck, man. I'm going down to the AAC to do a show later on tonight.
You going to make America great again?
And President Trump will be down there. And
I'm out.
I'm not a part of the rally, but I got to fight through the traffic. So
just a word of advice.
If y'all see Big Noon down there, the only brother down there saying, "Yeah, Trump, yeah."
Just a word of advice.
To get through the crowd.
If you are in Dallas, stay away from the American Airlines Center because it's a zoo down there.
I want to get beat up, man.
Kyle, thank you for keeping us on the air. Caden, thanks for making sure stuff's good.
What up, Caden?
William, thanks for keeping the streams up and running. We'll be back. Call us tomorrow, and I will let you know if your pets can come to the watch party against the Patriots. See you tomorrow. Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
Goddamn Cowboys!